on, everybody? Live Farmer 73 here. What's up, man? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy sugar-free Sunday. Uh, Matter of fact, guava. I've been making me some sun tea. Trying to get back on board. Oh my goodness. Go back to sleep. So, good to see everybody in here. I want to talk today about the emails that I've been receiving about starting a homestead, a farm, and a garden. I'm gonna connect this both together with what my son was asking, and at the same time the emails that I've been receiving. So, what did I do with my? I'm never ready, Emma. Never ready. So, I can see how this is gonna go so far. So I wrote down a few things to see if this may help you or not. First off, before we get going, just wanted to see if I had any questions first, because that will help me. I got 10 things in 10 lines of order. Hey, TLC in the garden, how you doing? 10 lines of order the way I want to do this. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Something is going on with the do me a favor, let me know, am I glitching or not? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Give me 3 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me clearly. Because it looks like I'm glitching. My screen is a little weird, so I don't know how it looks on your side. Okay. Hey, Adric, how you doing? Who else we got? Ladybug, G. Cole. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? Carolina C. Let me get my glasses, because I know good and well I can't see nothing. Granny Karma Homestead, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Let me see. Here we go. There we go. All right, Von Will, how you doing? Travis Bailey, the experience with Sassy, how you doing, experience? Let me see. Suzette, Nadette, how you doing? All right, for the future, Tammy Alexander, making it make sense. All right, Be Love, Miss Kia, Chef Handyman, your name always kills me. That's hilarious to me. Nikki Pooh 3. Nikki Pooh. All right. I'm going to get started right away. My son was asking me, because he wants to do this, my youngest son. He want to go get his part of his land, and he wants to recreate what I've created here, and hopefully even better. So he asked me if I could do it over again, what all would I want? How would I go about it if I could do it all over again? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And the reason why I want to talk about that today is because it's not just going to be about what would I do if I started over again. Hopefully, it'll help the people that's trying to purchase land or become homeowners, landowners, homesteaders, farmers. Maybe this order will help you save a lot of money. Hey, Rosemarie, how you doing? And help you save some lives. And I know you probably wondering, like, What do you mean by save lives? I'm going to tell you, if you do this in a wrong order, depending on what you're trying to do, you're going to kill a lot of livestock. Okay? So, sorry, y'all. Before we get going, do I have any questions so far about like what should you do first when purchasing some land? Like, I'm going to tell you my very first. I'm gonna start it out. Number one, I'm gonna say this is ground zero. I'm not gonna put a number on it yet because I've already numbered everything. Ground zero is have a plan. Matter of fact, let me write that down on zero. Have a plan. There's a lot of landowners in here right now. I can see everybody in here. There's landowners, homeowners, homesteaders, gardeners. Now this, what I'm talking about this morning, is it still morning? Oh, this afternoon pertains to all of it. Homesteading, farming, gardening, the whole shebang. Okay? What should you do first? Ground zero, once you've purchased your land, once you've purchased your home, once you have started your garden, the very first thing you need to do, nope, we ain't getting into land ownership stuff like that. We're not getting into the financial aspect of how you should protect your land. We're not doing that. We're talking about setting it up. Let's just say you got all your stuff however you want it set up. You got it in your trust, whatever, in whoever name, all of that stuff, okay? LLC, whatever. We're not going to get into that because we're going to pretend that has already been taken care of, common sense wise, okay? No, oh, you're not bad living a dream. No, I just don't want to get off into that because it's going to throw us off a little bit. We can do that another time. G. Cole says, happy to hear that. I'm so glad he sees the value in this free life. Okay. All right. So, ground zero, after you've purchased your land and handle whatever financial situations you want to handle it. Okay, I better say that. You need a plan. After you make your first plan of what you want to do with your land, make another one. Let me come to another angle too, so that light can stop blaring. There we go. That's a better angle, so that light don't get y'all so bad. Once you've made a plan, make another plan. Once you've made two plans, make a third plan. Make a plan every time you think of something. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds like it's unproductive, but oh my God, you have no idea. You'll draw up a plan and you'll draw up ideas. How you doing, Kim? For your land, and won't even realize you really haven't got the feel of everything. You haven't walked your land good enough, or you missed something, or you didn't know that this was here. You didn't know that was over there, and you didn't know that, hey, the sun really hits on the south side really good, but that's only for 3 months out of the year. You got to make sure it is, okay? You got to pay attention. That's only 3 months out of the year where the sun is at its optimal point, where your plan A, you wanted to put your garden, but you didn't realize after that 3 months how the earth spins, and now the sun is barely even hitting your garden for the other 9 months out of the year. You didn't even realize it, right? It's not getting its optimal sunlight that you wanted it to get. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to change your plans of where your garden is going to go. And if you've planned your livestock to be over where you know where all the sun is, you got another problem. You know what that problem is? You don't want all of your livestock out there in the burning, scorching heat. You want your livestock over in that shaded area where you put your garden. So you want your garden where the livestock is, you want your livestock where your garden is. You want your livestock to have a lot of shade most of the year, and you want your garden to have a lot of sun most of the year. So what you done realize? You realize your plan, what you made one plan, you didn't make two, you didn't make three. You acted too fast, too quick. And what ended up happening is now you got to do a whole overhaul of, you got to move that livestock over in that shaded area. You're going to have to transition your garden over to where the livestock was. It's going to be good to move the garden because it's already some poop there, fertilizer. But moving the livestock is not going to be so easy because over that year span of time, you realize your livestock grew. You can't just put them in little kennels, and I'm talking about myself. You can't just put them in little dog cages and move them around no more. Now it's serious. You got to really wrangle them, okay? Locks and Land Homestead. You said, I want to touch on that. Locks and Land says, I planted 15 trees without protection from the deer, almost lost all of them my first year. Got to protect the investment. And Locks and Land, I watch a guy, man, I forget his name. God, C and B Outdoors. And he's a hunter, homesteader. I watched this brother a lot, and today he had a question, and I wish I could talk to him in person because this is what he asked. He was trying to figure out how to keep his deer out of his garden, and he was at Tractor Supply trying to figure out what system should he put in. Should he put a solar system, electric fence, solar, or should he put the one where you got to hook a battery to it? And I wanted to tell him so bad. The first one he picked up was the perfect one. It says it has a deer. He's going off of those jewels, but I'm telling you, I've accidentally touched that line, and if a deer can't feel that, you need to invest in like some 12-foot fence, because those electric wires, they don't look like much. That little solar setup panel that goes, it don't look like much. But I'm telling you, that thing will fry your eggs. So I wanted to tell him it's cheap. The only thing, the biggest investment is purchasing the electrified, the automatic solar panel. Get that one. I like the battery one, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. If you're going to get the solar one, I got 2 solar ones, okay? And each one of those is the 15-mile. Let me tell you something. Don't no deer want no part of that. Don't no deer want no part of that. So if I were you, I would set up an electrical fence. Because once I get my garden in permanently, I will be setting up an electrical fence. I haven't had any deer problems, knock on fake wood, but when I get my garden really up and popping, I got herds of deer that come through here. And if something eat my garden, man, I'm telling you, I'm eating everything in the vicinity. Everything got to go in the freezer. So let's get back on track. I'm glad you said that because I really wanted to touch on that. Let me see. Living the Dream says, zap me into the ground a couple times. Yes. I stopped trying to step over that line, step over that wire. I just stopped because it seemed like every time I'm staring at it, trying to step over it, that's when I hit it. When I'm not paying it no mind, I step over it, I'm fine. But when I'm paying close attention and looking at it so I don't step on it, I do something and pop me every freaking time. How you doing, Plant Chat? It's good to see you here, okay? Hey, T-Wo, how you doing? So let's get back on it. All right. So when I say ground zero, you should have a plan. You should make at least 5 plans on where you want things. Hey, Growing with Hudson, how you doing, sister? I want, if you're purchasing land, purchasing a home, starting a homestead, you need at least 5 plans before you start doing anything. Before you start doing anything, I'm going to say before you even have your home put in, your shelter, whatever you're going to put out there, whether you having a house built, whether you putting a cabin out, whether you putting an RV or a camper out, all I'm going to say is, man, follow the sun. Rucker Homestead, how you doing, bro? Follow the sun, because that's going to tell you a lot. If you can, I would wait at least 1 year before putting any permanent structures on my land. If I had to do it all over again. Remember, my RV and my tent used to be an acre away, across the acre. I said, no, that ain't where I want nothing else. So, now, after we've made a plan, you got the land, make a plan. Shelter. Number one, the first thing, now remember, for the people just coming in the room, I'm talking about something that my son asked me. What should he do first? When he get on his land, what should he do first? And it really made me think about things that the mistakes I've made, things that got in my way, things that slowed me down, the money that I've wasted. I want to talk about that today. Okay, that's for the people that just came in the room, so you don't make the same mistakes. All right. After you've waited long enough to look at your land, stay on your land in like a tent or a little movable camper, a movable RV, whatever. Just make sure it's mobile where you can just move it. All right. Then when you start to put your permanent structure there, whether it's you having a house built, a mobile home, a tent, a cabin, whatever, now you know your land. The reason why I say that, because you need to know where that sun is going. You really, truly do. Even not just for your garden, for your structure, for your whatever dwelling you plan on putting on it. You need to know where that sun is, because if you put your shed in a spot, or your cabin in a spot, or your RV or your camper in a spot where the sun is literally baking you all day from sun up to sundown, what you just did was jeopardize your energy sources. We're going to get into that. What you're going to also jeopardize is your cooling. You're going to need cooling. You're going to throw everything off. You're going to need more cooling. You're going to use more solar power energy or gasoline gas generators running air conditioning. You're going to need to do too much, and you shouldn't have to. But you really want to see where your structure is going to be. It's important. All right, unless you just don't mind it being in the sun like that all day. Right, summertime you'll be burning up like in here. I'm about to put a ceiling up here because this metal roof with no insulation is called an oven. In the English dictionary, a metal roof with no insulation is called an oven. How you doing, Cecilia? How you doing? Okay. So once you get your shed, we're going to move on here. Do I have any questions before we move on to number two? Number one was your shelter. No questions? Okay, let's keep it rolling. I'm gonna do this, then I'm a dip, okay? First, I would get my shed. After you get your shed? What's the next? I'm gonna ask y'all. How about that? And then I'm gonna tell you what I would do. After you purchase your cabin, now we talking about off grid, okay? We talking about off grid. After you purchase your cabin, what would you do next? Ooh, this is better. Instead of me telling y'all what I'm gonna do, you tell me what you gonna do. Ground zero, you made a plan. You got the land, you made a plan. Okay, B Love says solar. Your next plan after you got the shed, you said would be solar. Okay. Oh, I like this. This is much better. Oh, this is much better. Uh, Sean does it all says layout. Okay, okay. Ooh. Toby says water. Simply Bill says find your water source. EE says water source. Lisa Holiday says have a generator or two. Hector says water. Dara says water. Michelle says water. Ready. Read my journal says water. Cecilia says water septic. I'll take that as water. TLC says water source and septic. I mean, it's solar. And is it Chanel says septic. Okay. I love this. So I'm going to do the fencing. Okay. Anybody else? Before I tell you what I would do first? After I got the land, I made a plan. Ryan Life says security. Okay. 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 Let me get this in here real quick. Ryan Life. Okay. Okay. Hector says ammo. That'll fall under security, I guess. Jacqueline says solar panels. Okay, let's get it going. What would I do if I did it all over again? Ooh, I like doing it this way. This is much better. Much better. Okay. So, ground zero, I would get the land and make a plan. Number one, I would get the structure, the cabin, the RV, the camper, whatever you're going to be, your dwelling. Lisa Holiday says set up power source for the well. Okay. All right. So what I would do, listen, and this is from experience. What I would do is after you got the shed, purchase a storage unit. I know everybody was like, water. Storage. Shed, storage. Yes, Ignacio, we live. Y'all didn't see that coming, did you? You want to know something? Because I scratched out water too earlier. Okay? I scratched out water. Get you a storage system. Whether you purchase another shed, a storage shed, or you get a storage container. I don't care what you plan on storing your things in. Once you get your structure, your dwelling, you need to get storage unit. I'm going to tell you why. Because most people are like, but what you going to do without water? You can still bring in water. You can bring in water. Okay? But what you can think about this. You can go to the store, you can purchase water, you can do that and bring it in here, but without storage, you can't move forward. Without storage, you're going to be stumbling over your own feet. Because as you're trying to build out your structure, your sleeping area, your bathroom, your kitchen, whatever you're doing outside in the garden, where are your tools going? Your tools are going to be in here with you while you're trying to get some rest or sleep or relax. You leave that stuff out in the weather, and here's the thing: when you're on rural land, the grass grows so fast out on rural land that you may drop something or leave a tool somewhere for 1 week, and you won't find it next week until you run it over with your lawnmower. Because once the grass doesn't just grow in the South, the grass grows and intertwines with itself and literally swallows things that's on the ground. I can't make this up. I was pulling a solar panel up yesterday, and I literally had to take my knife out and cut the grass with my blade just so I could pull up a solar wire that was under the grass. The grass in the South is not just grass. It's that like centipede type grass and weeds, and the vines and the weeds are growing with the grass. It's like a weave. It's like a natural weave. So where it looked like the grass is tall, but it's sparse, right? You can see through it. The base of it is a weave. It's like between the weeds and the vines and the centipede grass, you can't see the ground anymore. So it literally swallows up anything that falls down. And the only way you find it, if you wait too long, is if you step on it, you trip over it, or you hit it with your lawnmower or your weed whacker. Can't make this up. So number two is storage. And I'm just going off my own opinion from my own experience, okay? So, number one, dwelling. Number two, storage. So, I think we all know what number three is, right? What's number three? Everybody say it again. So, what's number three? We've all said it already. Let's say it again. What do you think the number three thing you should do? First, you get the land, you make a plan. That's 0. Number one, you get your dwelling. Number two, you get your storage set up. Number three, that's right, my Renaissance grandma, water. That's right, water. Granny Carmen said, lost my keys in the backyard, found it when I was cutting the grass. Every time. I done hit a couple of my cell phones that same way. Fell out my pocket while I was on the lawnmower and hit it. Pow! TLC water. Hey, Precious SoCal Gardener says water. Kim Joe, water. Read my journal. That's right, water. Nope, not solar, Cecilia. Not solar. No. You don't. We're at a stage, you just got your shed. You don't need to be powering anything up that seriously yet. You shouldn't really be focusing on not power. Not yet. I'm going off of my own experience too, okay? So your situation may vary. I need to say that. This is not set in stone. Your situation may vary. For instance, if I said heat right now, but you live in a cold climate, a hot climate, you're in Arizona, heat is not your priority, if you get what I'm saying. If you live in a northern climate, heat is going to be a primary. If you live in a climate like this, the winters have been so weird that my heating source is serious, okay? So let's get right into it. So, number 3, water source. What kind of water source? I'm going to get right into what I would do. And AKA shout out to Little Led, my baby boy, because this is for him, okay? Number 3, water source. The very first thing I would do is Rain catchment. I would not start digging a well first. I would not start digging a well first. I would put gutters on my dwelling, whatever I plan on being inside of, put rain gutters on my dwelling. Rain catchment system. Saw a lot of people say it's drill a well, dig a well. Absolutely not. It's the reason why I'm saying don't dig a well. Because you don't know if you're going to hit water. Nope, not well. I would not dig a well first. Rain catchment. Put gutters up on whatever structure you in, or put rain gutters on anything that you can put on and catch water. I don't care if you set up tarps on the side of a building. It don't matter. Rain catchment is crucial. Because if you go out there and you purchase all of the things that you need to do to drill a well looking for water, you don't know how to find water. Let's say you do know how to find water. I know how to find water, and believe it or not, one time I was unsuccessful. After I dug this well back here, I dug another well up here, and it's 20 feet down, and it's dry as an elbow. Go figure. Who knew? But that's exactly how this works. So you would have wasted time, muscles, energy, digging a well that didn't produce anything. Or you might dig a well that doesn't really produce that much water, or the water is so dirty that it's not worth it. So it's always a crapshoot trying to dig your own well, unless you really, really know what you're doing. Most people don't. I don't. I got lucky. So if you ask me, water collection is the first line of defense. Rain catchment. If you got a creek or a river running through your land, you ain't really even got to worry about that. I still would do rain catchment. Rainwater, we've tested our rainwater in our system several times. It's always zero. You would think, y'all ever hear about rainwater? Oh, you can't drink rainwater, be having bird poop and bugs and stuff in it and diseases and people spraying the skies, and then it get on your roof and then it go into your rainwater. Me and my wife have tested our rainwater at several different temperatures, at several different months, at several different times. And that rainwater don't ever have anything. That rainwater is clear and free of all bacteria and everything else. I don't know how, because I felt the same way. At least bird poop up there and sticks and bugs. I at least thought the rainwater would be contaminated with a little something. The rainwater is clean as the driven snow. Said don't, okay. So yeah, I don't know how that works, but it's coming off this metal roof, and my rainwater is just as neutral as my well water. So let's get right into it again. Let's keep it moving. So where we at, y'all? Ground zero, get the land, make a plan. Number one, get your structure. Number two, get some storage. We're going to go back and deep into storage too. Number three, water. Get your rain catchment. I would do rain catchment before I dig a well. Okay? All right. There's water tests you can get online. You can get them anywhere, Sean. Number four, I would get, I know y'all ain't ready for this. Number four, what would you make number four? We've got our plan, we've got our shed, we got our storage, we got our water. What would you get for number four? After you got your shed, the plan, the shed, the water, the storage, what would you do now? Red says food. What would you do for number four now? Garden. Rob says heat. Ashley says garden. Michelle says garden. Making it make sense says food. Ignacio says seeds. Read my journal says food. Uh, Diane, what's with you in this septic? What, what's with you? You keep throwing out septic all the time. Like I got doo doo lead. We got to put this doo doo somewhere, baby. And she keep. There's a couple people keep saying septic, 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 the same names. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all balls? Where y'all keep saying septic tank. Got a doo doo lead. What's your next now? Garden. I got a lot of gardens. Let me go back. Livestock. F. McScratton says livestock. Simply Bale, get my food going. Precious SoCal Garden says plant fruit trees. Garden. Kim Job says wood burning stove. Yeah, I said rain catchment was number 4. No, rain catchment was number 3. What's number 4? After rain catchment. A lot of gardens, power, and garden. Only pick one thing. No. Natalie says protection. Precious says security. Country Hustle 101 says security. Lisa says plumbing. Danielle says livestock. Ladybug says insulation. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I did. I see a lot of good answers. One of those, let's get this out of the way, because my first answer to answers, I forget his name, said security. I'm not going to say security. Because you should have your security with you at all times. Let me back that up. Yeah, I'm going to give y'all, we're going to keep it rocking, but I'm going to give you everybody credit that said security. Soon as you get anything on that land, you really should put security, okay? I'm going to go ahead and give you that. I'm going to say that you should get security. Security first, get the land, make a plan, security. I'm going to say that. So we can get that out of the way so y'all can stop guessing that. Security should be at the top of the map, okay? So for everybody that says security, no matter what level I've said so far, you're right. Security should have been right after you got the land and made a plan, okay? So I'm not going to, everybody, please you should get a piece of paper. Get a piece of paper and write this down. So let's reformat, because now I don't know what number I'm on. Get the land, make a plan. After you get the land and make a plan, set up your security. So I was wrong on that. So I'm glad everybody kept mentioning that, security. Okay? So we're going to just move on. So I'm going to start over. So write this down. Ground zero. Get the land, make a plan, get security, get your dwelling, get storage, water catchment, get water in there, rain catchment system, The next one I'm going to say is heat. Get your heating source. And we're talking about, everybody, we're talking about off grid. I'm going to say the next thing on there is your heating source. I should have let y'all do it, but heating source. The reason why I say heating source is because the weather has been so horrible for the last 2 years. I'm in a tropical area, and it has gotten so cold here and stays cold for so long that there is no way in piping hot hell that you can be off grid with no heating source. And I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to where I am, but I am. There has been nights so cold where it freezes the pipes inside of my cabin. There's been nights so cold where I don't just have my wood stove burning, I have a buddy heater burning too. So I'm telling you, I will put in a wood burning stove. I wouldn't just worry about propane or electric heat. I wouldn't think about electric heat yet. Wood burn? No, I'm not. Um, Wood burning heat. The reason why I say a wood burning stove is because I heated this cabin all last year for free. Simply Bill says heat is subjective for me, led at least where I am. Right, and like I say, your thing may vary depending on where you are, but it didn't used to be important to us either. Here on this side of the country, it didn't used to be important. But now you can't go. We got inches of snow last winter, and it stayed for almost 2 weeks. The snow and the cold was on the ground for almost 2 weeks. I got video footage and had to prove it. I had to keep going outside and sweeping my solar panels off from snow. So for me, wood stove, or let's say this, y'all. Like y'all saying, it depends on where you are. We'll call it HVAC, heating and cooling. So if you are in a very hot climate that never sees any cold, your priority may be trying to cool yourself off. You know what, growing with Hudson? Right, I thought I escaped the snow from the north. Here I am. Where I'm about to start pulling out my doggone triple fat goose. My leather downing. Let me see. That's right, TLC. Expect the unexpected. All right, we're going to move on. So the next one was heating or cooling, okay? The only problem with cooling, trying to stay cool, is harder than trying to heat up. Because cooling yourself off means you need water, or you need shade. Cooling yourself off is harder to do than keeping yourself warm. It truly, truly is. All right. So heating and cooling. Now, after heating and cooling, what would you go with next? After heating and cooling, what would you go with next? So we got get the land, have a plan, get security, get your shed, get some storage, rain catchment, heating and cooling. What's your next move? Okay. Ooh. Country Hustle. Let me see. Let me go back up. Okay. Country Hustle says a good, powerful generator. Uh, Pleasantry says, how you doing, Pleasantry? Chef Handyman Power. TLC in the Garden Power. Toby Food. We're talking about necessities. 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 You can still go out and get food and bring it back. Nothing is going to happen to you. Power. Natalie says power. Rob says garden. Kim says power. Whole and Rudy Living says food. Country Hustle says a generator. Yes. Let me see. What's going on about that life? How you doing? Okay. Angela says how to power appliances. Power systems. Okay, Simply Bell. Allie and Danny, power. Sheila says stocking up. Stocking up what? D. Gardner, need power for cooling. Hey, yes, you do. Solar system, rain stores. We already got. Katina Brooks, where you been? We already got that one. But yeah, I've been waiting on you. I watched your video the other day too. With your little watermelon. Let me see. Danielle says infrastructure. Nope. Because that's stuff you can worry about later. There goes somebody talking about toilet again. Nope. You can poop in a bucket. You were serious about that little watermelon, weren't you, Katina? Okay. I would go with what everybody said, power. Get you, I would say go with solar. Okay? But I'm going to marry solar with gas because I truly believe in that hybrid. Marry solar in with gas or invest that much into full solar. That's all I can say about that. If you invest that much money into 100% solar, invest hard. But if you can't afford to go 100% solar, then go ahead and get you a backup gas generator. That's all I can say. So that next one was going to be get your power together. Because you can't do nothing without your power. You're not powering any electrical tools that you're going to need to build. That's why I said somebody kept saying infrastructure. You can't power anything without any power. You're not building anything. The only thing you're really able to do these days is drive a hammer and a nail. When it comes to screwing drywall up and all of that, you're going to need some kind of power source to either recharge your rechargeable drills, or if you got a straight power drill, or your saws, everything. You're going to need something that's going to be giving you power to start building the inside of your home and building the infrastructure on your land. You're going to need a power source. Okay? So we're going to go from there. After we got our power source, I'm going to scratch that out because that I put the coolie with the heat. Okay. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all what this one is. And I'm going off my own because everybody keeps saying this answer. Now I'm going, everybody kept saying food, 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 food. Everybody kept saying garden, 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 garden. Fruit trees, fruit trees, fruit trees, fruit trees. Why did I keep saying no? Why did I keep saying no? I kept saying no to food, to garden. Fruit trees is a maybe. Fruit trees is a maybe. But garden, nope. Why? Why did I say you can go out and you can get some water? You can go out and you can get some food and bring it back. So what's our next thing, y'all? I'm waiting. Why am I saying do not bring in a bunch of food? I'm waiting on y'all because we need storage. No, we talked about protection. Protection is part of security. Ah, I'm a Ignacio. Ignacio said it. No, we ain't testing no soil or none of that. Ignacio said it. You don't have any refrigeration. See, Francis got it. There is no refrigeration. Where is you keeping all of this food at? Did everybody keep saying food, 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 food? You have no refrigeration. So you would have brought all of this food in here and it would spoil. It would spoil quick. So here's the other thing. If you live in a cooler climate, you still need refrigeration. If you live in a warmer climate like me, your food will go bad in a matter of hours. You said no way, no way preserve it. What do you mean? Who said that? Cecilia. You said no way preserve it. That's what I just said, Kim. Refrigeration. You need refrigeration. You okay? You says, oh, I was thinking the animals would eat. Oh no, no, it would go spoil. It would go spoil. Okay, everybody is saying salt is a preservative. Now I'm about to tear y'all up now because y'all got me now. All right, everybody is saying preserving, preserving. Isn't refrigeration there because of heating and cooling and storage already? No, heating and cooling is for your climate control. Your heating and cooling has nothing to do with your food. That's like saying, that's like at your normal house right now, that's like saying, I don't need a refrigerator because I got an HVAC system in the house. That doesn't work unless you're like a vampire and you got your AC where it's ice crystals hanging from the ceiling. No. Your HVAC system has nothing to do with your food storage. Nothing at all. Simply Bill said, my bad, lad. I'm thinking that the folks already have certain things in place before buying land. I understand. All of this may vary because everybody keeps saying tools, 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 tools. And the reason why I haven't touched on the tools is because, see, I'm like you. I'm thinking you came to this land with a shovel and a pickaxe and an axe. So I left that out. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect example. Perfect example. These are some of the pears that my wife canned last month off the pear tree. Can y'all see that okay? These are fresh Orient pears canned by Lady Led. Okay, hey, Triple Threat. What's up, my sister? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you, my sister. Okay, the reason why I don't keep a lot of these jars here, I don't keep a lot of jars here. I keep enough. Especially, this is why. Even though this is preserved properly, right? Even though this is preserved, you still can't leave it out in this kind of heat. As hot as this shed gets, without, when I'm not here, you can't have this. This will pop. Or This will get so hot inside that it may ruin it. So you can't leave this stuff inside. You literally, remember I told you storage? You need a cool, dry, dark place to be putting your canned goods. You need a cool, like a root cellar, right, Sheila? So we might want to start talking about building a root cellar. Okay, we start talking about bringing in food. Let's write that down. Let's write that down. Root cellar. I'm gonna just, it's out of order, but I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna put that up here with food, refrigeration. Let's put root cellar with refrigeration, because that's important. That's important because the more food that you can bring in, say we need a fridge. I just wasn't thinking about being unprepared to live on the land full time. Okay, so we gonna put right down root cellar with refrigeration, because you need to refrigerate your food. I got a refrigerator full of food in here, in the freezer and down here, right? But the things that you have like this need to be put away somewhere. You can't, it's not enough room in your refrigerator or your DC refrigerator to put a bunch of these. All the cans of fruit and vegetables you got, it's not enough space in your refrigerator, right? So somebody said deep freezer. The only reason I didn't say deep freezer, because the deep freezer just takes up, it just takes a little bit too much energy to run a deep freezer. Initially, okay? So you can run a deep freezer once you have storage, because you need somewhere to put that deep freezer. And number two, you, once your solar system or power situation is on par, then you can start doing stuff like that. I wouldn't add too many unnecessary power drainages, okay? So everybody cool with refrigeration and root cellar? Once you got refrigeration and root cellar, you got your solar system and your power, you got your wood stove heating and cooling, you got your rain catchment for water, you got your shed, you got your security, you got your plan, you got your land. I went in reverse. Now what do we get? Now what do we get? Remember, we got our water, we got our heating and cooling, we got our shed, we got our solar system, we got refrigeration and root cellar, we got our storage, we got our plan. Ha ha! Okay, I'm going to try to put this in order. Now, Ashley. Yeah, but we just, okay. Now we can bring in the food with the pudding. Okay? So, while we're talking about food, no, not a dog simply bailed. My dog just showed up somewhere, so she wasn't on the list. But yeah, if you want a dog. But don't be bringing too many things that you can't feed. We ain't there yet, Angela. We ain't there yet. You got to get food before you can cook the food. So with saying food, I'm going to add that to this. Now you can start your garden. We're going to put garden/food. And we can put your fruit trees, precious SoCal gardener, fruit trees too. Why did I wait so long to say garden and food? I waited so long to say food because you don't have refrigeration. Your food will go bad. Ask me how I know. Okay? Now you can put your fruit trees in your garden. Why? The reason now you can put your garden together is because now you have a way to water your garden. Okay? We'll put seeds with garden too, Sheila, okay? If you do this backwards, like I did, that's why last year my garden failed. I didn't have enough water for myself and my livestock and my garden. It failed, right? Because even though I got a stream of water running all around my land, taking buckets full of freaking water, 5-gallon buckets, you carrying 10 gallons of water at a time is a nightmare. I don't care how you cut it. Okay? Hauling water from the stream, gathering it, then hauling it from one side of your land to the other so you can water your garden and water your livestock is a nightmare. So once you have rain catchment and you're harvesting, I got 1,000 gallons of water. My water is overflowing now. I said I was even going to get more totes. Now I got enough water. I got a whole 375 gallons of water for my livestock. I got 375 gallons for my garden. And then I got a whole nother 375 gallon totes full of water, but just in case, hey, I might want to wash the tractor. You know, I might want to clean out my cages now. All right. So now we can start our garden. And we're going to add this to it because it's food. It's food. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it's food as well. Now you can get your livestock because you cannot water your livestock. Your livestock will become dead stock if you don't give them water. Period. You're not going to keep on waiting till it rains to quench your livestock's thirst. They're going to become unhealthy. They're going to get sick and they're going to perish. Your livestock needs more water than even you do because you can retreat into the house. You can retreat into the house. They can't. They're stuck out there in the sun, in the heat, in whatever shade or system you got set up for them. That's all they got. So they need as much water to deal with the climate and the weather situations as possible. Okay? You got to give them as much water as they feel like. My pigs and my chickens got 55 gallons of water sitting out there. And I got the tarps where they tore my tarp down. But my tarps was filling that drum up every time it rained. I haven't filled that drum up in months because the rain, the way I had it set up, would fill that drum up. They've always had 55 gallons full of water at all times. So they never have to think about where they're going to get water from. I don't have to remember to water them. All right? So let's get back on it. So we're going to put garden, livestock / food. Okay? Garden, livestock, food, because you need your water first. You need your water set in place first before you start trying to. Okay? Now we can start worrying about stuff that's a little bit more unnecessary. Does algae grow in your tanks? No. How do you stop it? Cover your tank. Let me see. Okay, Kim Joe, let me get some questions here before I move forward. Kim says, but how are you going to do a garden and put together the animals shelter if you don't have tools? Kim, baby, I've been saying the tools, when you purchase your land, you don't have tools already? You don't have a shovel? You don't have a hammer? Now, if you're going down that low, like if you are starting with nothing, with no knowledge whatsoever, nada, where you don't even own a shovel, a hammer, a screwdriver, and some nails, You know what I'm saying? The reason why I didn't name that because I really don't know anybody that doesn't have a hammer, a screwdriver, a shovel, and some nails. I don't know anybody. I know that those people exist, but I kind of just was like, that's that's such common sense that I didn't even want to do that to people. You know? I mean, you get some land and then what? The first, I mean, I didn't touch that at all. And it is I know you keep everybody keeps saying tools, 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 and what about the tools? But I don't know a single soul that don't got a hammer, some nails, and a screwdriver. You should have that in the back of your truck. You know what I'm saying? In your car. So that's why I didn't touch on that. Okay. So let me see. Let me see. I didn't want to go that far, far back. That's like going back to kindergarten. Ill Will says basic tools is a must, like having dishes without land. There you go. There you go. You know you're gonna be eating food. I'm not gonna say, okay, before you get your food, get some plates. You need a fork. You may need a knife. Definitely a spoon. See what I'm saying? So that, yeah. Thank you, Ill Will, for that. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's why I say I'm giving you points for it, but I just kind of thought that was common sense for everybody. That's all. Okay. Let me see. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So we're gonna add food to garden and livestock because they pretty much all the same. Now, you got food. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Now, once you got your food and you got all this other stuff in play, I'm going to ask you, what's more important to you now? Where you going to be washing up and um, using the restroom? What's more important to you? Your bathroom situation, your sleeping situation, or your cooking situation? What's more important to you? I'm asking y'all. Which one is more important to you? Which should come next? Ill Will said toilet. Now the person that kept saying septic tank. I'm waiting for him to come back now. Shit, septic tank. What's more important to you? Everybody's saying cooking, bathroom, cooking. Oh, we had a 50-50. Come on, keep them coming. What's more important to you? Pooping, cooking, or sleeping? Pooping. What's your next situation? What should you be working on next? Sleeping situation, wash up and pooping situation, or your cooking situation? Man, this is torn. This is torn. Washing up. Septic. There go Erica again. Septic tank. Septic tank. Chanel King says sleep. Cooking, you have to eat. Cooking. They are not equal. Ignacio says we can wash and cook outside. A great rest will help you. Ill Will says I say toilet because it's the easiest and sleep can come right afterwards. Solo says you can eat and sleep anywhere, but no one wants to eat raw food. Okay, y'all keep them coming because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I put next on my list and why. But I want to hear from you. Say pooping gotta go somewhere. Sleeping and washing, you can poop in the woods. Sleep, don't need to cook and eat, and I'll poop on the ground if I have to. Uh, toilet, shower, cooking. Toilet, shower, cooking. Okay. Sleep. Sleep. You can cook in a fire pit, a Dakota hole, and poop in a bucket. All right. I'm going, everybody got, your answer is totally up to you. I'm only speaking from experience, okay? I'm not speaking, this is not 100% factual for everybody. I'm speaking from what I've been through. I would pick bed. Your sleeping arrangements are everything. Since the day you got on the land, you've been pooping in a bucket and burying it or whatever you're doing with your waste. If you do not, no, we ain't talking about prepping, Helen. Not yet. Not that deep yet. We talking about the basic, okay? But that is a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Sleeping. I'm telling you from my own experience. If you do not get a good night's rest, you can't accomplish anything. You can poop in a bucket, and TLC said it the best. A lot of people said the same thing. I can cook outside on a fire pit. I can cook outside on the grill. I can poop in a bucket. I should not be wasting energy trying to figure those two out. It's too simple. That's right. You can you can cook on your wood stove, but it's in the middle of July, you don't want to be cooking on your wood stove, okay? You don't want that heat inside here. So, being realistic, everybody got a little barbecue grill somewhere. Get your barbecue grill out front. Get your little propane grill out front or your propane stove out front. Get your fire pit with a grill over top of it out front. Set you up a little makeshift outdoor little kitchen or whatever or not. Cook outside. Frankly, being 100 with you, you really should be eating outside and cooking outside anyway. You really should, especially depending on where you are, okay? If you off grid, depending on your dwelling too, because if you got bears in your area or raccoons, like these country raccoons ain't no joke, okay? They be climbing on your roof. If they smell you in here cooking, you done cook something good. Raccoons be all on your roof. You can hear them sniffing in the gutters, in the faucets of the house. So you really should be cooking outside anyway. I try to cook outdoors as much as I can. I really, truly do. Sometimes the weather doesn't allow it, but doggone it, if I cook indoors, I make sure I clean everything thoroughly. Because whether I'm here trying to sleep or I'm not, man, if a bear smell like you got some good food that you didn't finish eating, put in the refrigerator, he can smell through that refrigerator. He can smell every drop of grease that you dropped on the floor or went down the sink, whatever. You don't want them problems. Okay, that's right, Real Starworth. If y'all remember, I used to have an outside tent that I used to cook in. And I meant that because I done seen some horrible stuff. Okay? So, I pick sleep. You need to get your sleeping arrangement tightened up immediately. I don't care if you in a tent. I don't care if you in a cabin, a RV, a camper, a mobile home, or you done built a little structure yourself. Man, if you don't get no sleep, if you wake up tired, you ain't doing nothing today. If you wake up tired, you're not doing anything today. You're not going out there and building anything. You're not putting nothing together in here. All you want to do is sit down and relax and rest for the rest of the day and try to catch up on the rest that you didn't get. If you're in a bad sleeping situation, you're trying to sleep on the floor, pallet on the floor, stuff like that, you ain't getting nothing done. Right? So, I'm going to say number one, I know y'all ain't agreeing on this, but your sleeping situation to me is more important than anything else. Then I would say poop. I know. I would say my wash up situation is next. When I say bathroom situation, where are you washing up and where are you washing out? My bathroom situation is next. The reason why I say my bathroom situation is next is because after I had me a good night's sleep, because I got me a good sleeping situation, first thing I do when I wake up is I have to make a deposit into, in the meeting room. All right, I have to go into the room and deposit. Most people, I'm not gonna get on nobody your bowels all tied up and stuff because you eat too much red licorice. But first thing I do when I get up, I gotta go sit on the toilet. And after I'm done in the toilet, I really would love to wash up. Wash my face, at least get the sleep out my eyes, get the boogers out my beard, stuff like that. Right? No, I never ever want to incinerate a toilet. Somebody asked me, would I want to incinerate a toilet? No, unless you're giving it to me for free. Oh, say, I like our incinerator toilet. Do you have one? I would try it for free. But for the price of one and what they do, I'm not interested. Okay. So to me, TLC says you get tired of bird baths daily. Well, TLC, can I tell you something? And we're going to do a Lead Farmer field trip after this, so please stick with me because we're going to do a Lead Farmer field trip. I'm a man, so I don't mind a bird bath. Matter of fact, I'd rather enjoy it. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather enjoy it. That's my bathroom back here. Y'all want to see my bathroom real quick? On a quick Lead Farmer field trip? This is a quick one, then we're going to do kind of a long one. Y'all want to see my bathroom situation? Anybody? If so, raise your hand. I like my to wash up, right? And then we're going to talk about when I can't just do a bird bath. Even though I'm a man, it's times where I need to jump in the holy waters of Lake Minnetonka, okay? So I'm going to take y'all in here real quick. Every blue moon, man, not every blue moon, but you got to do some real maintenance and jump in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. So I'm going to take y'all with me. And see, this is my sleeping situation. You got to make sure your sleeping situation is comfortable. You're going to spend some money on that. Because if you ain't rested, man, you ain't about to accomplish anything. You see, I got my little puppy. That's her little spot because she don't like being too far away from me. I guess she's so little. So she sleep up in there. Don't you, pup? This her chilling spot. That's her bedroom. She got 2 bedrooms. That's when she acting funny, don't want to be away. And this her other one when she getting on my nerve. Now, bring y'all in here. I'm going to try my hardest so you can see everything. It's not that big, but okay. But this is it. Okay. Urinal. I'm a dude. Then my wife's is down here. I ain't going to show you her setup. But I got me some hooks and some hangers and stuff up here. Because every now and then, you know, shirt get wet or something. Or you need to dry something out and it's raining outside, so I can't dry nothing outside on the clothesline. Here's my medicine cabinet. I don't want to show y'all too much. Okay. Medicine cabinet. You know, normal stuff in your cabinet. Your toiletries, your towels, and everything else. But let me see. Okay. Bath towels hanging up, whatever, wash your junk. And then, you know, the old gold, Bama lamb, toilet, take that out, take that bag out, toss that bag. But then inside is a bowl I keep in there. Around the sides, it say don't use for food. But that's what I wash up with. Here's some more toiletries, tissue paper. It's almost like a closet. Well, it is a closet. It is a closet. Because it's like you pooping in the janitor's closet. Or washing up in the janitor's closet. My broom and my dustpan, my duster, believe it or not, to get real dusty. You gotta always use that. But this is it. It's simple. Got me a mirror where, you know, I can cut my hair, do what I gotta do, make sure I ain't got no boogers in my nose, stuff like that. And try to have as much solar light or rechargeable light in here. So that's what I got. That's on a solar panel. It got its own solar panel. So I'm running off the sun with that one up there. This one is rechargeable. This was given to me by my good friend Tim. This one is, I love this one because you can take this off and use it for anything. It's magnetic. Got that at Lowe's. But you need your light in here. Okay? So this is it. Wash up in here. Got my table. You know, get yourself together. Brush your doggone teeth and everything else. I bring my water in here. I don't have, you know, bring my water in here and do my business. It's like being in the military. So that's it. You know, hang my coats up and wood stove, entertainment, you know, food, kitchen, study, or you can use a dinette set, whatever, or your studies. Everybody kept saying, layer, protection, protection, protection. Plenty of protection. But the reason why I wanted to show y'all that is we're going to go in. I needed to show you that before we go into the long situation of Laird Farmer Field Trip. Do I got any questions right now? Thank you for that, Cecilia. Keep it simple. Can lighting a line item? I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means. Pleasantry. Can you rephrase that or something? The Vedic Vault. Sorry, but incinerator toilet is 100 times better. Yes, it costs more, but some things should not be cheap and dealt with. You know what's cheaper than an incinerator toilet and more efficient? Taking your doo-doo and putting it in a hole and burying it. Free of charge. Now, if you got to a point where you've been on your homestead for a long time and you just purchased an incinerating toilet, that means you kind of ain't got nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I say that, I'm not saying it in a rude manner. What I mean is, you got all your bases covered. Now you're getting bored and you just want to upgrade. Burning your doo-doo to a cinder is not important, like that, like at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to disagree with you on that, and I'm living it. I'm telling you, there is nothing. Let me see. Right. Thank you, Chef Handyman. And you need to. It takes entirely too much energy for an incinerating toilet. I'm sorry. That is. I will debate with you on that. You can't debate with me on that. Okay, let's debate. How much is your incinerating toilet? How much is the incinerating toilet? Let's debate. You said you would debate me. Let's debate. How much is it? $2,000. We're gonna let the people vote, okay? Incinerating toilet is $2,000, and trust me, you must have got the cheapest one they got because that ain't how much it costs. But I'll give you your $2,000. Let's debate. Debate. Everybody listen. Incinerating toilet, $2,000. Just so you see. This ain't a real toilet. This was $20. A roll of how many? 40 garbage bags. $1. So far, I don't know if I can beat your price, but I'm in it for so far about $22. You wrap that bag around this bowl. You can put kitty litter on it if you want to. I'm past that bullshit. Bag it up. Close the door. Take your bag out. You should have a hole somewhere that you use for this situation. Put that in a hole. Put the cover back over the top. Until next time. So, $22. Let's debate. Let's debate. I'll let the people judge. You listen, and the other thing I do, I dig holes around my garden because that poop in that hole around my garden is seeping into the soil and fertilizing everything. So if I don't want to do that, J3GS Farms, I got my burn barrel out there, and I believe I got a bag of poop on it need to get roasted. I'm sorry. Tell me something. Y'all go ahead and vote. $2,000 incinerating toilet or a $2 bag of garbage bags. I'm listening. I'm listening to the people. Everybody that want to do the homesteading thing, I want to hear from you because I'm living this situation. What about plastic in the ground? What about burning poop and then that methane going up into the air? We can do this all day. We can do this all day. And look, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Somebody said, what about the plastics in the ground? Let's go there. I don't have to actually dump that bag in the ground. I can just let the turd out in the ground. Now what? I can literally drop a deuce in a hole. I don't need the bag. I'm ready. I'm waiting on the guy to come on now. Come on, tell me something. I'm waiting for your side. I don't want to keep doing all the talking because I want you to debate it. You said let's debate. Let's debate. Where did I get the toilet? I'll put it in the description box. That D Gardner. You know what I do sometimes? I do put paper at the bottom sometimes because if you put some paper at the bottom, uh, if you put some paper at the bottom, you don't have to use the bag. You can take that piece of cardboard up or that napkin up, grab your dunk, and dump him. Wouldn't an outhouse be easier? No. We're not even talking about a septic system right now because we're talking about just getting on the land. Once you just get on the land, man, nah. If you're off grid and you're trying to do it, see, maybe I missed something. Maybe I should have said something. We're trying to stay debt free. That's an important point that I should have made a lot earlier in this video. We're trying to be debt free. Okay? I'm not going to spend $2,000 on vaporize, on making my doodle burn. The Vedic, I'm waiting on you. I'm not getting mad at you. Let's not get snippy. I'm waiting on you. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on no bad note. I'm just I want you to prove your case to people. They're listening to you. It's almost 600 people in here. Okay, said being sanitary, you won't spend money. What's not sanitary about burying your poop? I'm giving you the floor because I want you to, if you're trying to convince people to purchase this item, maybe you can convince me. Says for your family size poops. I am trying to give you the floor to convince the people. Let's not be rude, okay? I'm giving you the floor so you can convince the people. No, we can't move on yet because this is important. The reason why I'm going here is because, man, this is important to people that just don't know, and people fall for these type of things all the time. When they just starting out, and the next thing you know, you're in debt. Or you bought a bunch of crap that you'll never use, or it doesn't work, it's not going to work for you. Yes, it does cost. It cost for the fuel? Yes, it costs to fuel the incinerating toilet. I'm not rude. Let's debate online. Okay. That's enough out of you. You don't want to plead your case. You don't want to plead your case. I'm giving you the floor. Listen, hey man, hey, look. I have a lot of people watching, and this is the time for you to shine. And I'm actually stopping to give you the floor to prove to people why purchasing, I'm texting that's not fair. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for every word you say. I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can. I'm not, because everybody know I would have chopped you off by now. No, if you have a good product and it's good for the people just starting out, I really do. I would really like for them to have the information. And everybody that knows me know you would have been gone 10 minutes ago. But I'm interested in this incinerating toilet too. How about this? Sell it to me. Let me see. I want you to tell me the best things about it. That you call in, I can do a video for you. No, you don't want. I just see you've just wasted about 3 different comments that you could have been explaining to the people. I tell you what, do you have a channel? Do you have a YouTube channel? Because I have a new motto that I say these days. It's called show me or shut up. You do have a channel. Make a video about your incinerating toilet and show it to me. And I promise you, if you do that, I will let everybody see it. And I want I want everybody to remember. He said he paid $2,000. So I want to see the brand name of it. So if people want to purchase it, they can go online and purchase it. Okay, so we'll see the price of it. And then I want to keep in everybody's mind $2,000 or whatever it costs versus $20. Or nothing. Because you don't got to poop. Let me see. So with that being said, everybody know me, and you know I don't tolerate the nonsense. I would have been done long time ago. So I'm giving you a shot, man, because you know why I got a change of heart today. The reason I have a change of heart today is because instead of me just chopping people down, I want to give you a chance to prove yourself. I want you say, I'm not against you. I really like your channel. I really like you too. Me liking you and you liking me has nothing to do with facts. Nothing. If we are trying to help the people, which I'm letting you help me help them, you haven't proved your case yet. So we're going to leave that alone, okay? We're going to leave that alone. So as a matter of fact, let's leave all that alone, okay? You don't got to make a video or anything. So, frankly, you guys, we were done. Now, the only thing we're doing now, Lead Farmer field trip. So that's enough, Vedic, okay? That's enough, man. You don't got to make no video no more. That's enough. All right, y'all. So, Lead Farmer field trip. We were talking about your bathroom situation. Did I close the door? I sure did. Bathroom situation. Oh, man. I really want to send you to the cornfield. Man, would you stop it? Stop, okay? I am really trying. Just don't comment anymore, okay? Please, please. I'm trying not to do this kind of thing today. Just don't comment anymore. If you feel like watching me, great. Or unsubscribe, whatever, just stop, all right? Because you embarrassing yourself and it's starting to get on my nerve a little bit. Trust me on this. Because you going real hard for this doo-doo burner, all right? Going a little too hard to burn doo-doo, bruh. You're trying to prove burning doo-doo is the future. You see what I'm saying to you? You've been going hard. We've been going back and forth about 15 minutes. And you is cheering for this doo-doo roaster, man. It's it's not just getting on my nerves, it's getting on everybody else's nerves. I don't know how we got hung up on doo-doo, but man, you taking this shit too far. Literally. I had to think about it. You taking this shit too far. Yeah, you done took that shit too far. Let that go. All right? I done had enough of that. I don't want to talk about burning no turds, man. Damn. We talking about survival and this dude talking about burning dookie turds, man. Damn, out of all the stuff to argue about. Oh, you can. Everybody should be burning their doo-doo. Man, take it down a notch. Good Lord. All right, let me see if I can find my other stand here for a minute, because that's going to help me. Man, I ain't never seen nobody go so hard about poop. Everybody got their permission slip signed. Everybody done paid their $5 for their permission slip for the trip, for the bus and the snacks. Everybody done paid their field trip fee. Huh? Your mom and daddy signed your field trip? My mama ain't home. You can't go. My mama said she gonna bring me. I ain't catching no. I'm too good for the bus. My mama said. All right, y'all got y'all field trip slip signed. All right. Let me switch tripods, and then we're gonna go on a layer farmer field trip of what I need, what I'm about to start working on. Soon as I go in my bathroom, wash my tailbone, okay? Take me a little slip and slide for free. Doo-doo for free. And then I gotta go out here and get some work done, and I'm about to show. Let me take this cover off because my phone is hot. 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 Okay, here we go. LairFarmerFieldTrip.com. Never seen it, man. I never seen this AI, man. I want to say it's AI and pray to God that wasn't an actual human being being that doggone sensitive about their booty hole. Sheesh. Watch this. Got pee, little mama? Got pee? Oh, yeah. Got on you. Come here. Let me take your dress off. Come here. Come here. Come on. Where to go? 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 Look at all the excitement. Okay. Okay. I brought y'all out here so I can show you what I'm about to do starting today. Okay, see all my water. Starting today, I'm about to take this area. Do you see the 4 pillars right here? Okay, those are 4 4x4s, and I am about to build my outdoor shower. Oh, she had to pee and poop. So, this is what we doing. This is about to be, now this goes out to everybody that was listening to me earlier, I love washing up. I love TLC in the garden. I love my bird baths. Okay, I love my bird baths. But when I'm out here working hard and I'm sweating like I'm wringing, soaked with sweat, and I really need water and I really need, like, for real, a bird bath ain't gonna cut it. I need a real shower. I don't want to do that inside. I know you were wondering, Led, why don't you just build a shower inside? Number one is space, but you could still do that. But I don't want one inside because the water, let me see, the water and the moisture and the humidity from your shower ruins everything inside. It brings mold, and it makes it stuffy. You don't want that kind of water usage in the house. And that's why I didn't even bother putting a shower in there in the first place. I did not even calculate putting a shower in there. If 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 I put a shower in there, it will be the smallest corner shower, and I would probably never ever use it. It will be rare because, right, the condensation and the moisture buildup in a place this small with this kind of ventilation and the things that you need to make that work properly, you don't want that. You don't want that for yourself. Okay, trust me. So I did that on purpose. So this is my plan. Out here, I'm gonna bring this out. Can y'all see this okay? Okay, good. I want to bring this out 8 feet, at least 8 feet out this way, 8 feet, 8 feet over that. Okay, you see where the air condition is? From the air condition, 8 feet out. Come over 8 feet. Go back to the house, 8 feet. I want it connected to the house because I want to be able, that's number one, that's saving me some money. This is why, let's stick with me. That's saving me some money because that's where my shower head is going to go. All right. Then I want to put a non-attached roof, like an awning, over the top because I still want this light inside, but I don't want it, I don't want the roof attached to the bathroom, the shower stall itself, because I don't want it to hold on to moisture, and I don't want insects and creatures to start living up in the corners. So if it's open, you y'all know what I'm saying. You ever been into you have been into a stall at the grocery store, okay? Something like that. You want that water to come out. You want the smells to come out and everything. So I'm just going to put a rooftop over it, but it will not connect to the walls that go around here. Next, I want to put a concrete pad right here because I don't want to stand in mud and goo and sand and critters and creatures. I want it to be concrete. Number one, because I don't want to stand in sand and stuff. Number two, though, because I can sanitize concrete. I can splash that with a little bit of bleach or scrub it down with some natural soaps and sanitize that concrete. You can't do that on the ground. Okay, you always at the mercy of the mud on the ground. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have a concrete pad on the inside. Now, one more thing. There will be a catchment system for this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the whole thing, the 8x8 is not, the whole thing is not gonna be a shower. About 4 feet of it, 4x8 is gonna be a shower. The other 4x8 is gonna be a little outdoor outhouse, just like the one I got inside, okay? But I want a washing machine. I'll put my washing machine in there too. So it'll be like a wash house. And if you got to take a dump for some reason out here, or you got guests, they can go out here. So this side will be I'm still thinking on which side should be which. This side will be the wash machine and the toilet, and the other side will be the shower. Get what I'm saying? And then let me get out the sun because I really want to show you. I'm going to be running this. That's going to power the shower. So the water from the well is going to be running in the shower. Okay? And I just simply love this right here. I love this. This is my daggone favorite right here. Me and my son are going to dig another well, bigger. But for now, this will suffice. So that's it. So the reason why I got that there, and look, turn around. Here's the well. Here's the well. And that's going to run here to the shower. The washer machine and the shower, that's where the water's going to come from, fresh out of the well. So the reason I wanted to show y'all this is maybe this to give you some ideas of your shower doesn't have to be indoors. Now, in the winter time, when it gets cold, you're going to run into a problem. Okay? You can have a heated shower. You can have your heated shower in there, running your hot water, and just dart back in the house when it's cold. But a lot of people do that. I don't see how I could pull that off, but come on, Mama. Mom. Okay. Lay farmer field trip. Get you some water and come put your drawers back on. All right. We'll take some last minute questions or suggestions. I'm even taking suggestions. But please, I don't want to talk about doo-doo no more, okay? Questions and suggestions, I'm down for. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see what y'all saying. Turn the shut off. You don't have to. Everybody be wondering about my pump, and they think it's gonna lose pressure. It's got a foot valve on the bottom of it. I just put that there for safety. So you can pull it off with the buddy heater inside. Well, I got that Bouge heated shower, and cut the hot water on, shower real good, and run back in the house. Have a place where you can hang your clothes up, have your clothes ready, and hightail it back into the house. But the buddy heater idea, I like that. I like that. Come here, get your clothes on. Come on. Come here. This is her little puppy time. She ain't heat, so y'all gotta excuse me. Everybody like, Led, what's going on with Led? He putting clothes on the puppy dog. Oh, Lord. Oh, we done lost another brother to the struggle. Nah, my girl in heat. Say, how will the well water get warm? Through the Bouge RV water shower. I'll put a link to that in here too. That thing really works. All right, there you go. Wait. Show the ladies you styling on them. You styling on them, baby? You styling on them? Is you styling on them? So she's styling on them. Y'all know nothing about her gear. Ain't that right? They don't know nothing. She flexing on y'all ladies. All right, that was a good question. Is the roof going to be vented? No, the roof will not. Look, there's going to be probably a 1 foot gap between the roof and the top of the walls. It won't even be attached. I want as much light coming in there as possible. Do outside wells ever dry up? I'm sure they do. What state are you in now? The state of shock. Okay. um, let me see. Say, mine wore diapers. I wish I thought of the skirt. Well, the skirt, it is a diaper, kind of, but it's just stylish. Eric Allen said, oh, that's a water heater Camp Lux. Yes, yes, the Bouge RV is just like the Camp Lux one. Bouge RV had it first, though. Let's see. Instant propane water heater are $75 on eBay. I wouldn't buy a toenail clipper on eBay. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lisa Holiday. I don't trust eBay. They fall in the category with them other dealers, Alibaba's and them. I don't trust eBay. I wouldn't buy a stick of chewing gum off eBay. Not no more. I used to run a business off eBay, but it changed quick. How would the well water get warm? Oh, I answered that already. What do you think about the Camp Lux shower for water pressure? I don't own one, so I can't tell you. Let me go back. I'm trying to get every question. Turn the shut off. I think we coming back where I was. All right, let's go down here and see where we at. Oh, y'all still state of shock. That'd be killing me. Where you at? Where you live at? Any questions or suggestions? I'm here for it. I know you hot. I know you hot. I know you hot, pup. I know you hot, baby. No more questions? All right. All right. I guess we'll call it a day. So that's what I'm really literally about to start working on right now is getting these pillars in the ground. Have you thought about insulating the pipes for winter? Yeah, all my pipes are insulated. I found that out the hard way last winter. Um, you're very welcome, Cecilia. How does it feel to be living your dreams and have all the space for it? We would be here a whole nother 2 hours if I answered that. We would be here a whole nother 2 hours if I answered that. How does it feel to be living my dream and having the space for it? Your question makes me want to cry. Somebody ever told you something or asked you something and it literally immediately triggered you? Your question triggered me and it made me emotional. When you surveyed the land, did it tell how much water was under the land? No. That ain't what they do. The Can you go over a list once again? I have 8 things. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you. If I can waste 15 minutes on the doo-doo man, if I can waste 15 minutes on the burning doo-doo man, uh, do you get mineral rights? You got to do whatever you got to do for your land, okay? Okay. Number one, buy the land, have a plan, get security, get a dwelling, shed, cabin, RV, camper, whatever. Get some storage container or shed, whatever you're going to store all of your tools and equipment in. Rain catchment, heating and cooling source, wood stove, AC, whatever, buddy heater, whatever. Wood stove, or air conditioned heating and cooling, okay? Solar system, you're going to need a source of power, so either solar, gasoline, or both. I would suggest both. Refrigeration, root cellar. Dig a root cellar. That's a good idea. I think I'm going to dig myself a root cellar. I'm going to pull my tractor out. It don't take nothing for me to dig a hole and build myself a freaking root cellar. Okay. Then start my garden and my food and livestock. Livestock is part of food. So once you got your water catchment, and your refrigeration, now you got somewhere to put your food and you got some way to preserve your food. Then I would start on my sleeping arrangements, and then I would start with my washroom and then my kitchen. Okay? Okay. Erica Allen, do you ever consider wind energy? I've been following for years and never seen you cover it. I've never covered it because it's not a thing yet. Wind energy is not it's still commercial. Wind energy, harvesting wind energy is not practical in my application. That's why I don't cover it, because it to me, it doesn't even exist. They have gimmicks. They have things that harness the wind that's 2 stone throws away from a joke. Like they're only, yeah, you got this little, there's a new one too out. And it's a little wind turbine you set up, stick in the ground, and it's bringing in like 30, 40 watts. That's a joke. Trying to bring in 30, 40 watts to run your homestead is a joke. The thing costs about $500 or $600, whatever it is. How many of them do you need? No. Here's the other thing. If you purchase in a big wind turbine, it can actually generate real power. Like, okay, now you start talking about you're going to have to raise that wind turbine 30, 40, 50 feet up in the air. You're going to have to put it on a pole 30, 40 feet up in the air. Then you're going to have to brace it with all these different cables so it don't bend over when the wind get high, 30, 40 feet up in the air. And then you're going to have to ground it so the lightning don't strike it 30, 40 feet up in the air. And you only bringing in probably 200 or 300 watts. It's not realistic yet. Right, you can bring in more energy with 1 or 2 solar panels. If you have a river running through your backyard, a flowing river, you can bring in more energy with a water turbine than you can with a wind turbine. It just makes more sense and it saves more space. Wind turbine, it's just not there yet. It's just not up to par yet. It's like electric cars in the 80s. It was some out there, but they were trash. They were not, it was impractical to have one with all the stuff you needed to make it operate properly. So that's where wind energy is for the average Joe like me and you. Commercially, of course, the gigantic ones like an Empire State Building, you know. But for me and you in our backyard, it ain't there yet. Okay. So, you guys, that was it. I'm glad y'all came over here. And oh, it was something. Oh, I already read off the list I was going to do for the young lady. I hope you got everything. Any questions before we go? Any questions? I'm procrastinating. I really do not want to go out there because it's kind of warm out there and I don't want to go. Uh, Say lead you hit water at 4 feet. When you dug out your well, you may not be able to dig deep enough for a root cellar. No, I don't plan on putting a root cellar right here. I don't plan on putting a root cellar right here. I go to high ground and do that. Oh, Miss Gray, the $20 toilet. I'll make sure I put that in the description box for you, okay? Now again, remember, I don't know how much it is now with this tariff thing, okay? Can we let's not speak in caps, please, okay? Because that throws this thing off a little bit. Please don't speak in caps. Can you please post a picture of the list? I tell you what I'll do. I'll put it in a post. All right? I'll write it in a post. And then leave it open for people to add on to the items that they in their situations may have went through that maybe we left out. Can I include a portable water filter? What portable water filter? Complex? What portable water filter are you referring to? Are you referring to my Berkey? Because, oh, I'm glad we still here. I gotta show y'all something. Come on, pup. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. I want to show y'all something. It developed. Let me see. The one you used with Lady Lead when we first dug the well. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I sure will. I'll put that in the description box as well. All right. Now I want to show y'all something. I'm glad you said that. And I don't have it here. I keep that in my bug out trailer. I got 2 of them now. Listen, y'all, do y'all remember me doing a water test the other day? Not a water test, but a clarity test. How many people remember me doing a water clarity test when my son was here and I gathered some water and I said I'm gonna let it sit. Katina Brooks, I know you was here. Let me show y'all what it look like now. You see the sand at the bottom? See the sand at the bottom? Let me turn it so you can really get a good look. Can you see it? Now I'm gonna show the sand. Once the sand settles, you got pure clear water. But you don't have to care, which I don't, about any of that. Leave the sand in there. See that? Leave that in. Pour it out. I just wanted to show y'all that because I told you, once I get that sand really settled in there, it'll be, you could probably drink it right out of the well right now. I just don't want to be drinking no sand. Because that's not dirt. That is sand. At the bottom, there is a fine, fine beach sand at the bottom. And let me show you. Same thing. Once I run it through the Berkey. Let me find a good glass for y'all. Okay. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay. Once I run it through the Berkey, it's like clear, 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 clear. Crystal, crystal, crystal clear. Crystal clear. So, all I do is get the water from the well. Now, I get the water from the well, I fill up a jug, and I run it through the Berkey, just, because. And then I fill up some jugs in my refrigerator. And so I got ice cold water at all times. So all I do is just keep running water through the Berkey, filter it out, storing up the water. And I got one down here, a whole jug, that's all well water, filtered well water. My other one is on the front porch, which I got to go back there. I would. Well, it ain't filtered, though. But that's all I do. I got to put a ceiling on this. Once I put a ceiling on this, I ain't got to worry about the heat no more. Okay? So, all right, y'all. I'm sorry for holding y'all too long. This been fun for me. I don't know about you. See, I missed it. Wait a minute. I missed the video when you did the well. Did you gravel pack around? The video is up. I got the video up. You can go watch that. It'll be easier for you to look and watch me do stuff than me sit here and tell you, trust me. Hey, LGG, how you doing? Say, getting some help in my garden, but I'm listening. I hear that. I hear that. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Thank you, ZX. Yeah, it does got minerals in it. It does. Let me see. I'm just making sure we ain't got no more last minute questions. No, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. Who did I just do that to? Who just got it by accident? Yeah. Hey, Justin, please stop speaking in caps, bro. Please. Let me see. Can you put a terracotta plate in your well as a filter? No. No. It just kind of doesn't work that way. And it would take so long for you. Let me read this again, because maybe terracotta plate in your well to use it. No, absolutely not. It just doesn't work that way. You need to put a sleeve down the well. And for water to actually filter through a terracotta pot of any sort or a terracotta sleeve or anything, you wouldn't have water till next year somewhere. Because every time you drain your well, because water, your depending on how much water you're using, how fast it's pumping, you can bottom it out and it has to refill. It would take forever to refill mine. A sediment trap by the pump might help sand too. Yeah, I'm not there yet though. Me and my son, my baby boy that y'all saw the other day, me and him are going to dig a whole nother well, like a production well, like not no professional well, but me and him are going to. Here's our plan, me and my son. We want to drop down a 12-inch culvert down the hole, 16 to 20 feet deep. So if I drop down a 12-inch culvert, 12 inches in diameter, 16 to 20 feet deep, I'll have what did I say? 16 feet. So that's 10, 15, 20. Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20. No, that's 50. 5, 6, 6, 5, 7. I have like 80 gallons of water at all times. Nobody uses that much water, and if they use that much water in your house, you need to kick them out. So if I drop down a 16-foot culvert at 12-inch diameter, that's going to give me somewhere like 80 gallons of water. Have I thought about spray foam insulation? Yeah, I'm not doing that. You talking about up here? I'm not doing that. All I'm going to do up here is run some Pink Panther board and then put my my drywall up, and whatever that Pink Panther board don't work, I'm going to have to put some of that I forget to not that fiberglass stuff. I can't handle it. It's some other insulation that actually soundproofs and insulates. I'm putting that up there. I can't think of the name of it right this minute. It's not fiberglass though. It's what is it? It's more used for soundproofing, but it works great as. Look at that. Underarm soaked already. Rock wool. Thank you, Chef Handyman. Rock wool. I'm gonna put rock wool up there and put the Pink Panther board, rock wool, and then put my drywall up. No, I'm not. That spray foam stuff, everybody talks about that spray foam. If you don't know what you're doing with that spray foam, you about to mess up. You gonna have a mess on your hand that you just want to just burn the whole house down. If you mess up with that spray foam, you want to throw the whole house away. Cause ain't no fixing that. If I were gonna have my ceiling spray foamed, which is really almost unnecessary because I need this ventilation up the middle, and I need that ventilation on the side. I don't want anything blocking it. Even though it's crucial and it's really a blessing and a curse because it's letting in all the heat, letting out all the heat, and bringing in all the heat. It's a blessing and a curse, but you don't want to block that. You're going to have a problem if you block them vents. And the spray foam, how many people ever used spray foam before? Mr. Justin, I asked you to please stop doing that, so I gotta let you go. Man, that was driving me nuts, man. Yeah. If you've put it in between your window sills or whatever, you can't mess up. You better have all your ducks in a row. And I promise you this, once you get that spray foam stuff on anything, it's on there forever. Ain't no scraping it off. Ain't no coming back trying to clean it off with all kind of glues and I mean like solvents, and you'll be doing. You better hire a professional crew. I would never attempt doing that myself unless I didn't have nothing in here. If I had no drywall, this was day one, I just purchased it, and all I see is the studs, then I still would have somebody professional do it. I wouldn't do it. And if I was to do it, I would have to waste money because I would practice on something else first. I would not do that in here. That spray foam stuff, if you mess that up, that's a one-hitter quitter. Katina says it's hard to remove that spray foam and it's highly flammable. Thank you for that, Katina Brooks. That's the other part that they don't be saying too much. It's highly flammable. There's a lot of videos online doing tests with fiberglass insulation, foam board insulation, different kinds of spray foams, and rock wool. That spray foam always burns up everything in every test. Just go Google it, Lisa Holiday. I don't know where to get it for, in your area. Miss Gray says, I'm hearing bad news even when it's done by professionals. Me too. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a spray foam fan. I mean, that to me is kind of like the wind thing. It's not there yet. They haven't found a way to control it properly yet. You better be paying a lot of money and paying a real professional to have it done. Yeah, even if you, okay, Miss Gray, you said pay professionals. Here's my problem with paying professionals in 2025. That does not soothe my concerns at all, because everybody out here is on the take. So everybody that slap a magnet on the side of their F-150, now they call themselves a professional. It's, I just say no. I say no to that. I'd rather just go ahead and go the long route and just throw the rock wool up without itching. Or if you got somebody, put fiberglass up, whatever. I've heard of people being successful with it. I just don't want to deal with that. Especially now that I'm so far in. It's trying to spray foam up here while I got a house full of stuff. And I'm not taking this stuff out to put up, to try to, just because it looked like it's easier than putting up, or less expensive than putting up some traditional insulation. So material costs 30, but labor is 3,000. Yeah, yes, you're right about that. Maybe a drop ceiling. My friend Tim told me about a drop ceiling, and I'm still on the fence about a drop ceiling. Still on the fence. Because it's a lot easier than what I plan on doing. I'm not gonna say it's cheaper, but it's easier. Right, Katina Brooks. Ain't nothing like sweat equity. Do it yourself. And it goes slow when you do it yourself, but it eventually get done, and it gives you some pride. Say my drop ceiling is literally dropping. Oh, yours ain't no good. Yeah, because that whatever it used to be made out of years ago, if that stuff gets moist or the humidity hits that drop ceiling, it start reminding you of a Eggo waffle, cause it start bowing out like it's getting pregnant. Every blue moon you see that the belly on it getting bigger, and you know the stains on it. Um, it goes even slower when you living there working on it. Yeah, yes, because it really is. You see, I don't know what time it is, and it's hard for me to get up and get anything done. I need to be outside. I need to go feed the animals, and I fed them late last night, so that's why I'm not in a rush to go feed them. You don't hear them squealing and squeaking because uh, they're not in a rush to eat. They still coasting off of dinner from late last night. How you doing, Veronica? Said Miss Gray said I would only use drop ceiling if you have to access plumbing. Yeah, I don't have no ain't nothing up there. What's going on, Sweet Thumb? Said one little drip of water and the whole ceiling is falling out. Yes, one drop is all it takes. And then it's 9 months pregnant. And you keep going up there, and then it done swole up or something, and you can't even get it out to exchange it and change the tile. I remember that. I had an apartment building that I owned that had that drop ceiling in it, and dealing with that was just a nightmare. And don't let no animal get up there, like a mouse or a rat or something, get up there and pee in the droppings, start staining it. You don't know. It's a good product. You just gotta be in the right situation for it. That's all. Chef Handyman said, my daughter and I did that. We were weekend warriors every weekend for years. Well, you know, me and my wife used to own rental properties. And this is what I did for a living for a minute. I quit my job to run rental properties that I owned, and it was a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I've done it all, from plumbing, electrical, carpentry, whatever you don't know how to do, you're going to learn real quick. You're going to learn to do it the right way, too, because if you shortcut, you might as well just take that money and out your pocket and burn it. All right, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. And I really should go get to work. It's such a beautiful day. It's hot, but it's beautiful. It's been raining so much every freaking day for the last, like, all of August, that when I do see the sun come out, now I'm happy. I don't like boiling, being 100 degrees, but damn, I would love to see the sky. You know, I'm tired of the raining every day. Every day. So, with that being said, everybody enjoy your day. I hope this helped you. I didn't want to make this video that long, but it was long because y'all really engaged and y'all helped me and giving good information. All right? Thank you, everybody. Live Farm 73. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Happy Sunday. I love you, and I'm out. All right? Peace.